Hi, I'm Dempsey Pavlot, and this week I'm reviewing... Rampage is a really good word to describe how messy my hair is right now. I'm really tired of it, and I think I'm just gonna go get a haircut after this.
Oh my god, who the hell cares?
Rampage is a 2018 film directed by Brad Peyton, who's previously directed films such as San Andreas and Incarnate. For those of you who aren't familiar with Incarnate, it was a little-known indie horror film starring Aaron Eckhart. San Andreas, as we know, stars The Rock, like this film. The only difference is, well, we'll get into that in a bit. But Rampage is based on a 1986 video game of the same name. The film stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Naomie Harris, Malin Åkerman, Jake Lacy, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and Joe Manganiello. And the film revolves around 3 separate animals that are exposed to a serum that genetically modifies their DNA. Things begin to get a little bit more interesting when the serum causes the animals to not only increase in size, but to become more dangerous and deadly too. While the film's plot is set into motion when the animals are exposed to the serum, the film actually follows The Rock, who has a special relationship with one of these animals, an albino gorilla named George. The film follows The Rock as he travels across the country to try and bring him home, safe and sound. But things do not go as planned. This film was a decent action film. It was a good time at the movies. Personally, for me, anytime that The Rock is in something, you know that at the bare minimum, the film is going to be entertaining. And this film is. This film is very entertaining. Now, what I particularly liked about this film is that it does not take itself too seriously. Towards the end of the film, as buildings are being torn apart and these animals are wreaking havoc on the city, you know, jokes are being made, and there are gags happening between characters. This film is very lighthearted and fun, and that's what I really liked about it, honestly. Now, on the downside, this film is really nothing new. If you've ever seen a monster movie, I'm going to use King Kong or Godzilla, I'm just going to throw those out. It's very much similar. You have these animals wreaking havoc, as I said before, and you have everybody racing against the clock to try and bring them down. That's it. I mean, I think the only original thing about this is the origins to how the animals get their abilities. Now, in addition to that, there are some major tonal problems with this movie. As I mentioned before, the film doesn't take itself too serious, and obviously, you know, I love that. But there are other times in this film where there are characters being too serious, like super serious, like they're trying to win the Academy Award serious. And I just thought it was unnecessary because I felt like, if anything, that took away from the fun of the film. There are moments in this film where it feels like the stakes are so high, but, you know, they aren't. It was unnecessary. The tone that I got from the film overall was that it was just trying to be fun, a mindlessly entertaining movie. This is something that you go see and you forget about your problems for 2 hours. And moments like that, I think, took away from it. Another thing I didn't like about this film was that at times it got too science-y. Okay, I get it. The animals are genetically altered. You don't have to break down the science for me. I just want to watch them fight. And yeah, it trips over itself with trying to be smarter than it actually is. And honestly, again, I think it's time wasted. Truth be told, the big finale where the animals come together all the way at the end of the film could have happened a lot sooner. But they waste too much time explaining why it's happening, or what the animals can do, and why the animals can do it. And it was unnecessary. Again, one final thing. Brad Peyton, as I mentioned before, previously directed the film San Andreas, which also stars The Rock. And at times, I don't know if it's his directing style, or the way the visual effects were designed towards the end of the film, but it felt a lot to me like I was watching recycled footage from San Andreas. I don't know why, but I can't put my finger on it, but it just, like I said, it just gave me such a San Andreas-y vibe. However, this film is much better than San Andreas, I will say. Much better. And this film has The Rock in it. And I don't know if I need to emphasize that pretty much anytime The Rock is in anything, you know it's going to be entertaining at the bare minimum. It's not as bad as films like Deep Impact or The Core, but it's also not as good as, you know, classics such as King Kong or even the most recent Godzilla, I would say, because I really like that movie. It falls somewhere in between, and it's just okay. But I'd still say go see it. And for that, I'm going to give it 3 stars.
Okay, so that's how it's going to be.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you didn't, I'm sorry I failed you. But hopefully I did. If you aren't subscribed, I would ask that you hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every week, new movie reviews every week. I got a couple of new projects coming out very shortly. One of them will actually be released later on this week, so stay tuned for that. Also, before I forget, there are 2 people who I said I would shout out a long time ago, and I keep on forgetting with every video. So, Macho and Al, I told you so. Hello, you guys are in this video now, so yeah, you can't be mad at me anymore. If you want to follow me on any of my social media profiles, I will put the links in the description box below if you want to follow me on Twitter and see me tweet, or if you want to follow me on Instagram and see pictures of me. Yeah? Huh? No, I'm just kidding. I usually just post pictures of my adorable son, which you can actually see right here. There's a sneak preview for you. You can also follow me on Stardust. I'll put the link in the description box below. Stardust is an app where you can actually do your own movie reviews. You can actually even review TV shows. And it takes less than 30 seconds to sign up and even less to post your first review. And it's so much fun. It has a great community. I highly recommend you sign up. Guys, thank you so much for watching as always. Thank you for all the love and support. And until next time, I'm Dempsey Pilat. Take care.